In a small city, there was a modest grocery store where a young man worked as a cashier. Each day was ordinary, blending into the next with the same flow of customers entering, purchasing their goods, and leaving without much interaction. The routine was monotonous, both for the workers and the customers. The young man began to notice how lifeless the atmosphere around him felt. People carried the weight of their day in silence, and even his co-workers seemed drained of energy. No smiles, no conversations, no spark of joy. It was as if everyone had accepted that life was just a series of uninspiring, repetitive days. But something inside the young cashier refused to settle for this gloom. He believed that even the smallest of gestures could brighten someone's day, and he wanted to be that spark. One evening, an idea struck him. What if he could make a tiny difference? It didn't have to be anything grand, just something simple but meaningful. The next morning, when he resumed his shift, the young man brought with him a small stack of handwritten notes. Every time a customer approached his counter, along with their change and receipt, he slipped in a folded piece of paper with a short, kind message. "You are doing better than you think," one read. "Today might surprise you with something wonderful," said another. Each note was unique, written with care and designed to uplift whoever received it. At first, the customers were surprised by this small gesture. Some opened the notes on the spot and smiled, while others tucked them into their pockets or bags, only to find them later during their day. But regardless of when they read it, the message always seemed to leave a positive mark on their hearts. As days went by, something remarkable started to happen. Customers began returning to the store, not just for groceries, but for the handwritten notes. They looked forward to that small burst of kindness in their day, and many would line up specifically at the young man's counter, knowing that they would walk away with more than just their purchases. Word about the cheerful cashier spread across the neighborhood. People passing by, even those who didn't necessarily need to buy anything, began stopping in just to get his notes. The atmosphere inside the store slowly began to shift. Customers chatted with one another while waiting in line, and co-workers started smiling more often. What was once a dull, lifeless environment began to radiate warmth and positivity. One day, the store manager noticed that a long queue had formed at the young man's counter, while the other counters remained empty. Curious, the manager asked some of the customers to switch lines to speed up the process, but no one was willing to move. Puzzled, the manager approached one of the customers and asked, "Why not use the other counters? They're free." The customer smiled and replied, "We don't mind waiting. We just want to get our groceries from him. And of course receive his little notes. Mean a lot to us." Humbled and amazed, the manager realized that the young cashier had managed to create something far beyond a simple transaction. His small act of kindness had transformed the store into more than just a place to buy groceries. It had become a place where people felt seen, valued, and uplifted. This story reminds us that even the smallest gestures can ripple out to create meaningful change. In a world where people often feel overlooked or burdened by the weight of their struggles, a few kind words can be a lifeline. We all have the power to brighten someone's day, no matter how small the act may seem. It takes just a little effort to spread positivity, and sometimes that is all someone needs to feel hopeful again. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Spread kindness and positivity